Welcome back, everyone. Today we will be discussing once again the Supreme Dunk lows. Specifically, we'll be discussing whether you should sell or hold the Supreme Dunk lows and why that is. To preface this, if you guys enjoyed these types of videos regarding the market, reselling, and even info on how to acquire these limited products, be sure to subscribe and enable post notifications just so you're always 100% updated. Furthermore, for more urgent updates like shock drops, raffles, Sitelists, etc., follow my Twitter KeithAdam10 and also personals for you. This way you're always in the loop 24/7 whenever there is a restock or drop, etc. For those who don't know, the Supreme Dunk lows release on March 4th. Be sure to watch my How to Cop guide if you have not yet, and if you happen to be watching this video before the drop. Otherwise, let's continue. So in order to determine if the Supreme Dunk lows will be a fruitful hold in any of the given colorways, we will be taking a slightly different approach this time compared to what we normally do. The reason we're doing it like this is because there is significantly less early pairs in circulation than what most releases normally consist of. The reason being is not just because they're limited, of course, but also because they're exclusive to Supreme for this current drop. I also don't have the stock on this particular release, at least not yet, so it's not exactly going to be possible for me to predict an accurate settling price for these post-drop. Regardless though, just from prior data and fundamentals, I'm confident that I can still make a sufficient case regarding whether you should sell or hold these. One thing that we certainly can conclude from these currently is that they are hardly any pairs in circulation right now, and there aren't too many pre-sellers in comparison to prior hyped Supreme releases. Regardless of how little stock Supreme has between online and in-store, prices will certainly drop a notable amount from what they are at currently, which is over $1,000. I am expecting these to perform better than the last Supreme drops from a year ago that we saw, but since the last Supreme Dunk was also very similar to these in terms of how they were released as well as the demand, we can still use that data to see how these will be reacting proportionally, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. So now taking a look at the last Supreme Dunk pairs, those of which we had stock split between Nike sneakers as well as Supreme. Please keep in mind while I'm explaining this is to illustrate a proportional example, not the exact amounts, but rather a proportional amount. Like I said, we can't be sure exactly where they're going to end up at, but they should still react in a very similar manner as to how the prior Supreme Dunks did. As soon as the drop occurred, pairs began hitting circulation, of course. The impulsivity effect was not enough, unfortunately, to overtake the vast amount of pairs that had just gone into circulation compared to the ones that were in prior to, especially because a sneakers drop was also imminent at the time, and the same occurred after that. Given sneakers drop, prices still continued to fall throughout the weeks until they eventually got to the 200 range, some of which even being lower than that, and the red pair just being slightly higher than that. They then plateaued in value for a few months after that, and eventually they did start to increase again. So yes, even after the major drop in value, after the pairs went into circulation, they eventually did end up increasing. Do I think that these older pairs have the potential to continue increasing? Yes, I do, but you must keep in mind how long it's been since that drop did occur. The first Supreme drop for those was on September 5th of 2019. It has been over a year now, and prices are just now getting back to what they were. Now, if you hypothetically had gotten a super late shipment for when they did get to their lowest point, the amount that they increased by was still only about 55%, and that's from their lowest point up to the highest point that they're at right now. Not even considering if you were to sell these as soon as possible. So evidently, holding these was not very fruitful. Even if you had received them while they were at their lowest point, it would still not be the best hold considering how long it's been and that they have only increased by 55% in the best case at that lowest point. For anyone asking how would a Nike drop impact these if that hypothetically occurred in the future, well, more pairs in circulation would only cause the value to drop even more, of course, just like we saw for this other drop that we were discussing. So if one does end up getting confirmed in the future, that certainly would not help, but as of now, there is not one confirmed. So again, I'm expecting these to react in a very similar manner to the old pairs proportionally, because I do feel that there are more demand for these pairs compared to the last pairs. I'm expecting these to do better than those, but the goal of this video is to share my thoughts regarding whether you should sell or hold them, and with what I've already mentioned, I'm sure you can conclude what my plan is with these, and that is to quick sell them. I know it's a dunk, I know it's a collab dunk, Supreme nonetheless, but from what the available data illustrates, quick selling would be optimal for these. Even if they do end up increasing, I really feel that there would be better holds out there. There are a million fish in the sea. Also, for anyone who does plan on quick selling like myself, StockX does allow 5 business days to ship your item if you sell on the release date, so if you normally get fast shipments from Supreme Supreme, you can try to take advantage of this to maximize your profits. The safest way would be to at least wait until you get that shipping confirmation email, or you could even sell these on eBay with 30-day handling enabled. Of course, from anyone who cops in-store, you guys will truly be able to maximize your profits by literally selling them as soon as possible. And if you have a super early time slot, you can probably even sell them right now if you're pretty confident that you're going to be getting a pair. Overall, I'd rate this a 2 out of 10 hold. I'm pretty set on quick selling these right now. Let's all hope that these do stay as high as possible for that, of course. The one possibility of these being a really fruitful hold would be if there was some sort of paradox effect if the vast majority of sellers were to quick sell these, forcing these to be oversold by more than usual. I think that's pretty unlikely though when it comes to these pairs specifically, since these are a hype dunk and they're also a collab dunk, Supreme nonetheless, which is a cliche incentive to hold sneakers in general. So I do think that there will be a good amount of people who do decide to hold these, and because of that, I don't think that these are going to be too oversold initially. Of course, I feel that they'll bounce back from that low point eventually, but that doesn't exactly mean they're going to be the best hold in my opinion at least. Also, just a note in general for anyone considering holding who does have low capital, you should never hold anything in general if you don't have sufficient capital to go for as many drops as possible at your full potential without holding back. If you do need money to go for all drops, try to sell these as soon as possible, of course, like I'm trying to do anyway. So to conclude, I plan to quick sell these. This is not financial advice. These are just my personal notions and what I'm going to personally be doing. Let me know in the comments below what your plans are, because of course, as always, I am open-minded and I am willing to hear out your notions regarding this. This is a community and a discussion at the end of the day. But anyway, that will conclude it for today. Good luck on this drop, or congrats if you already copped these. Feel free to subscribe if you did enjoy or you perhaps learned a thing or two. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed or you perhaps learned a thing or two. Subscribe and enable post notifications just to stay 100% updated on every hype sneaker. Remember, if you guys need proxies or Nike sneakers accounts, be sure to check the links in the description for TARS and KIP proxies. And of course, follow my Twitter, KeithAdam10, and personals for you, so you always stay 100% updated on everything. With that though, I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day.